आत्परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. ओम नारायण नारायण नारायण. Next shloka in the Gita we were discussing श्रद्धावान लभते ज्ञानम तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः. श्रद्धावान लभते ज्ञानम तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः. I think this is 39th. Okay. To gain this Atma Jnanam, one needs a certain state of mind. So there are two things. One is a result which is produced by a sadhana. A result which is produced by a sadhana. Another is the sadhana is only a facilitator, but it doesn't affect the result that is produced. So two kinds of sadhanas. One sadhana, so both the kinds of sadhanas are required. Both the sadhanas are found in life, which produce its results. One sadhana, or let us take an example, it is easy. If you produce something out of a thing, whatever the quality of the material, the thing produced will also have the same material. If the material is of poor quality, the thing that is produced is of poor quality. If the material the causing material is of high quality, the product will also be of high quality. Then another thing is, if you work hard, efficiently if you work, the result you get will be a good quality. If you have a low efficiency, and I think the quality of the result will be definitely less. Okay. So this your material that we use to produce something. Secondly, the efficiency you apply, you invest in it. The efficiency with which you work. Both these things affect the very result. So let us take the Swarga. If you want to go to Swarga, a heaven, then the Swarga is a product of your life, good life, rituals, and then what you call values, and the behavior, good behavior, all those things, faith, and etc. So if you follow a dharmic life, that dharmic life is a cause which produces punyam. Punyam means the religious merit, which brings you heaven. So the quality of heaven you get, and the length of time, how long you are going to enjoy the heaven, depends upon the work, the sadhana you have done. Okay. The heaven that you are going to get depends upon the sadhana. Similarly, Brahmaloka, higher loka also. If the higher loka or the Swarga loka is a product of your sadhana, it depends upon your sadhana. How best you do, how you do upasana, Bhagavad upasana. The quality of mind, how deeply your mind is absorbed in your Ishtadevata. All these things affect the result which you are going to get. Because the result is a product of your sadhana. If a result is a product of sadhana, then the quality of the result depends upon the quality of your sadhana. But there is another kind of sadhana, something like a catalyst in chemistry you call them. Catalyst means it only facilitates. It is not going to affect the result. It is also a sadhana. It is useful. It is helpful, but it doesn't affect the result which you are going to get. So that only facilitates, but it doesn't affect the result which you are going to get. Similarly here, this is a worldly example. Now come to the religious Vedantic examples. Karma upasanas. Heaven is a product of karma, and Brahmaloka is a product of upasana. So depending upon your upasana, quality of upasana, you get Brahmaloka. Then Swarga also depending upon your quality of karma. If the Punya karma is of high quality, definitely you will get a high quality of Swarga. But Vedantic Jnanam, that Vedantic Brahman is a self-existing truth. It is not a product of the moksham, Vedantic moksham, that I am Brahman, I am not a Jiva. Giving up your Jivatvam and discovering yourself as Brahman, the absolute truth, which is the basis of the entire universe. This discovery, that's why we call it a discovery, not a result. See, a discover means the thing is already existing, you did not know or you misunderstood and you come to understand it. That's all. So here, all that is required is, the sadhana that is required is to make your discovering faculty more efficient. That's all. You make your mind purer, mind becomes purer, you get vairagyam, you have a good self-control of your senses and mind becomes antarmukha, inward looking, it is very unprejudiced, open-minded, sensitive, awareful mind, very, very highly awareful in the sense spiritually. The mind is very sensitive in the sense, sensitive to observe the very subtle matter of mind and consciousness. See, it is able to see the difference between mind and consciousness, thought and consciousness. It is so subtle. The difference between thought and consciousness is so subtle that people tend to miss it. Mind has to be highly pure. Highly pure mind alone can watch and can discover the difference between mind, that is a thought, and pure consciousness. Consciousness assumes the form of mind, but itself is independent of mind. Generally, we see the consciousness in a given condition of mind, a thought. We always think the mind alone is a consciousness. But mind is not consciousness. Mind is one form of consciousness. Consciousness itself is pure. It doesn't assume a form. When it assumes a form, then it's called mind. So the difference between mind and consciousness is so subtle. The mind has to be sufficiently, the sadhaka's mind has to be so pure and subtle. He has to become so transparent. His heart has to become very transparent, egoless, desireless, no attachment, no prejudice, no particular interest in particular thing. At the same time, love and respect for all. A uniform love and respect for all without any prejudice, without any personal seeking, insecurity, fears, worries. These are all human weaknesses. Fear, worry, fear of death, fear of losing money, all these things. The fears, worries and tensions, they are the qualities of mind. They make the mind impure. Mind means the observing mind. What we mean is, the Vedantic mind is a Jignasu's mind, a Sadhaka's mind. A Vedantic mind is an observing mind, self-observing. It should observe the world and the body, mind and sense organs, and see how the consciousness is underlying to all these things. One consciousness, self-existing, natural, that consciousness is the bottom basis in which the whole world is appearing. So the world has its existence in the consciousness alone. So this subtle difference, like I give an example of water and wave. The difference between water and wave. Water is formless. Wave is a form of water. Water is underlying all the waves, but the wave and etc., the forms should not interfere in perceiving water. In recognizing water, the forms of water, such as waves and all other, should not come in the way in recognizing water. Water is just water without any particular form. Form has its own shape, good and bad and nice and ugly, whatever it is. But the water itself is in and through all the waves. Similarly, consciousness is in and through all our experiences. So we have experiences of emotions, mind. Mind level experiences are pain, pleasure, psychological pain, emotional pains and emotional joys and physical, all these things. So the thoughts, views and opinions, ideologies, ideas, judgments, all these things are just mind, but they should not interfere. See, thoughts may be there, but the thought should not interfere in your observing mind. The emotions should not interfere. Interfere means emotion. That's why we have to purify the emotions. They have to be natural emotions, unprejudiced, a spontaneous, selfless love. It should be natural love, selfless love, not a particular person, extra attachment. So that becomes a prejudice. That mind comes and interferes in your observation. Because we are observing life as a whole. Your whole personality has to be purified. Therefore, mind has to be very simple, unassuming, just like a baby. You see the baby of 1-2 years old, how innocent, natural. Anything you say, it believes. It listens to them. You show something, tell a story, explain, it listens patiently, wholeheartedly, and it understands it. Because it doesn't have any prejudices. It doesn't suspect you. It doesn't suspect what you say. Even if you tell an imaginary story, it thinks it really exists. Because its view is so naturally it takes. It doesn't have prejudices. It doesn't have any ego. So similarly, a mind should be a natural, that mind, the consciousness of that mind will be very natural. It shouldn't have even the instinct, impulsive weaknesses, but baby has its own weaknesses also. That's where baby's example comes to certain extent, not entirely. Baby is not totally fit for Vedanta, because baby has impulsive nature. Baby has its own instinctive nature. Baby has its own interests also. Baby's interest, baby's liking. Baby loves certain toys and certain playthings. If somebody takes, baby gets angry and cries and worries. So baby has its own insecurity, fears, worries and possessiveness. So we are not telling that baby alone is perfect Vedantin. An example for grown-up people, just to compare to certain extent in certain area. But baby has its own weaknesses. But a Vedantic mind should be much better than baby. Okay? Better than a kid. Because kid also has certain weaknesses of fear and worry and all. So here mind has to be very pure. That's why this? Because the mind's emotions and our experiences, our life experience, life problems give us the hurt and guilt. The guilt and hurts our mind carries. Hurt means some people misbehaved with us, cheated us, exploited us, hurt us. All those things we carry as a hurt. Guilt because we did certain things, we have our own regrets about our life. Oh, I should have done like that, I should have done like this. So all these guilt and hurts form part of our personality. They remain in our heart. And then sometimes mind becomes very mechanical. You keep on indulging in pleasures, keep on doing something routinely for years together. Your mind becomes what you call oriented to that. Oriented to given particular habit, particular action, particular thinking, particular feeling. That also is an obstruction. That is also a conditioning. Therefore, mind has to be free, totally unconditioned mind. Okay, this is what we called Antakarana Shuddhi, the purity of mind. So you have to grow totally a healthy and harmonious person. A natural. Confidence should be natural. It should be neither overconfidence nor should be inferiority feeling. Neither you should be attached to people nor you should be against people. But you should take them naturally. In spite of their weaknesses, there may be wicked people, bad people, cruel people. But still take them same compassion. He is cruel. Doesn't mean you defend his cruelty, you cover up the cruelty, you whitewash his cruelty, you ignore as if it doesn't exist. No, we don't mean that. But you see the cruelty and accept it is a natural human nature. It is a part of some people. It is there. It is a fact of life. A fact itself, we just see them, accept them. If you want to change, you may change. You may try for it. you may change, but you accept it that it is a fact. You don't feel outraged with it. See, getting outraged hurts you. That makes your mind impure. You cognize compassionately, sympathetically, you understand the weaknesses, problems, frustrations, anger, and what you call the villainy, the wicked nature of people. Also, sympathetically, you look at them. You see them and sympathetically you look at the people. Some people are very mechanical people. Some people are too selfish. Some people are stubborn. Some people are impulsive. Some people are overconfident. Some people are rude, rash, and what you call violent. Some people are gentle. So all people are of different nature. But see them as they are. I don't get infected by them. I don't get carried away by them. I like some people, I don't like some. So this, my personal liking and disliking should not infect me, should not make my mind prejudiced. All of them are equally existing on the earth. World accommodates all kinds of people. The nature, the creation, whatever you call, the creation of God or nature, it accommodates all kinds of people. The most wickedest person to the highly saintly person. All of them have a place in the world. Because the world is just like a mother. It accommodates everybody. It accommodates everybody, all good and bad and everything. But we have to see them sympathetically. It doesn't mean defending and accepting wickedness alone. No, we don't mean that. Or hating the wicked people, that also we don't mean. But cognizing the fact and be sympathetic. And if you want to help them to come out of his wickedness, help him, convince him that it is not good nature, trying to change him, that you may do. That's a different issue. You may try to help him to give up his wickedness and help him to come out. That is because you are compassionate, you have some way of explaining to him, convincing him, trying to do, all that is a different. But the state of mind which is looking at things, how it looks at things, how it looks at oneself also. Oneself, you should feel neither superior to others nor inferior to others. You may have certain good qualities. You may be a greater scholar. You may be a more mature person compared to others. You may be a more philanthropic person, more good person, nice person compared to others. You may be a man of great character. Yet you take yourself as naturally as anybody else. See? So neither you take yourself to be superior to others nor inferior to others. You see them, everything has a place in the world. Everything exists. You see, in the world there are all things, good things, bad things. But a good thing, supposing you see the plants and animals and fruits, some animals are very nice and kind. Plants, you see them, some plants produce fruits, some plants produce some poisons also. But sweet fruits, the plants that produce sweet fruit, you don't see them as being arrogant and they're wicked and all that. Arrogant and superiority. It also is natural, and the another plant which produces poison is also natural. It lives natural. So the another one plant which produces poison or another plant which produces sweet fruit which is useful and helpful to your health, both of them naturally it produces, naturally lives, naturally dies. It doesn't claim any extra credit. It doesn't claim any extra what you say that recognition or extra award, reward or anything. It lives because it loves to live. You are good because you love to be good. You are a very kind-hearted, noble person. Whatever qualities, whatever good qualities we have, the good nature we have, it is just natural and spontaneous. You don't need any extra respect for your qualities. You are there, all your qualities are natural to you. Just as you have got eyes and ears and legs and hands. You feel hungry. You feel thirsty and drink water. Just for this, do you feel that you are superior to others? Because I have got eyes and ears and I eat and drink and I speak. But everybody drinks, everybody eats, everybody sleeps, everybody wakes up, everybody talks. Why you should be special just for these things? Similarly, there are many people wicked. I may have certain qualities. You have those qualities because it makes you natural to yourself. Therefore you are. So this, your personal money, social status, scholarship, etc., should not make you feel superior. You are just a natural person, in spite of owning many good qualities, rare qualities, unparalleled to others. So, this mind is a spontaneous, natural mind like a kid. Okay, such mind is required. The mind should be sensitive in observation. Okay, so this pure mind is no doubt required. Therefore, your whole life, personality, your way of behaving, your attitude, your relationship with the world should change. All that should be natural. Then only such person is capable of observing the whole world, including my body, mind, from here, body, mind, and sense organs, and the world, time, space, objects, five elements, people, society, everything is within consciousness. Whole thing is in the wakeful consciousness. Wakeful consciousness is the underlying truth of the entire universe. Universe is only a form of the very consciousness. Consciousness is one without the second. So this understanding requires a simple, a natural, spontaneous mind. Okay. Therefore, this discovery of the truth, discovery of yourself. Therefore, we mean meditation, yoga. First, you understand meditation and yoga is natural. You are practicing to be natural. You are not trying to pick up a new quality, additional quality. All spirituality, yoga, Vedanta, or meditations, all these things, the spiritual qualities we learn, though we call qualities, they are not qualities in fact. See, generally we call them the what you call non-violence, being kind-hearted to others, helping, loving. They call these are all qualities. In fact, they are not qualities because they are natural to you. Like water is flowing, do you call it a quality? Fire is hot, do you call it quality? It's nature. Fire is hot because it can't be otherwise. And there is no effort on the part of the fire to be hot. There is no effort on the part of water to be flowing or to be cold and flowing. It's naturally there. There is no effort, there is no artificiality, there is no unnaturalness on the part of sun when it is illumining, when it is giving light. Sun gives light because it is naturally gives light. Baby is innocent, naturally innocent. Baby is not trying to act. Baby is not trying to put up a show that I am innocent. Baby is naturally innocent. So similarly, all these qualities are natural to any human being. So we are only discovering, we are only trying to be natural. In your natural state, all the good qualities, selflessness, loving, compassionate, helping, being selfless, all this come naturally in it. Not getting disturbed. Even if you are cheated, don't hate. Even if you are cheated, exploited, openly tortured, still you don't feel outraged and hateful because you feel natural. So these qualities, we say, they are natures rather than qualities, because the word quality implies you are learning something extra, additional quality, which is additionally like a skill you learn, like a talent you pick up. A skill you learn from others by watching, by receiving a training you learn. But a baby has not received any training to be innocent. Has anybody taught the baby to be innocent? A kid, a 2 years old kid, has anybody taught? Has anybody trained them how to be? If you train, you will be artificially acting as innocent, but you won't be innocent. See, baby is naturally innocent. Why? Because it doesn't know what else to be. That's how I am. That's how I am. Similarly, all the spiritual qualities that Shastras talk of, that our gurus, that our saintly people, sages teach us, they teach us how to be naturally. You be natural. In your only you remove all the negative qualities. All the negative qualities are unnatural to you. You discover a large heartedness in you. All the negative qualities will go away, because the pettiness, the negative qualities imply a pettiness in you, an impurities in you. You remove the impurities, your natural self remains like a mirror. Mirror is naturally transparent, very clean and transparent. It reflects your face, but it is natural too. It is not an additional quality. Similarly, you become natural. Therefore, in India, in Hinduism, we tell these qualities you have to learn gradually. Learning means what? You have to discover your inwardly, develop your personality. All your negative qualities go away. And learning this all noble qualities, forgiveness, non-violent, and being kind-hearted, you are not artificially practicing. You are not taking any extra strain or risk to practice, because they are spontaneous to you, like a baby. They are just natural. You are not taking any extra risk or strain or anything. It's just natural. Similarly, all these qualities are natural to you. Therefore, you only discover. Therefore, that mind which becomes a pure mind, it observes the way Vedanta teaches, Atma and Anatma. Atma, which is Sakshi, which is pure consciousness, and the world, the entire world is an appearance of the same consciousness in a given form. It appears in a given form. And all the appearances are, in their root, in their original nature, inseparable from pure consciousness. Therefore, this, by observing, selflessly observe, naturally observe, no tension, no unnaturalness. You are not taking any extra burden. You are taking naturally. Observe. It just clicks. Spontaneously it comes to your attention. You see, your individuality is sublated. That I as an individual, my body, my sense organs, the world, everything gets sublated, falsified in the truth. One truth itself appearing as all these many. This is a fact you need to discover. Therefore, meditation is relaxing, being natural. Don't force your mind while meditating. Even if you are meditating on two types of meditations, we talk, one is Upasana type, another is Vedantic type. In Vedantic type, you are trying to be just to be naturally awareful, just to be awareful, that's all. Everything remains in your awareness. It comes to your attention on its own. You allow. In meditation, you are allowing yourself to be relaxed. Relaxing means what? What should you do? See, relaxation is not a process. Relaxation is not an action. You only allow, that's all. You allow yourself to be relaxed. In the beginning, mind will be rebelling, stiff and bore. Even the stiffness, don't try to rebel against it. Press it. Don't force it. Don't press it. Be more natural. Again, relaxing. Natural. You allow. It keeps on relaxing, observing. Even observation should be relaxed. Therefore, this observation itself brings about the purity. And this observation is helped by certain understanding also. Because we have certain misunderstanding about life and the world and the people, and because our relationships are emotions and thoughts. Our relationship, the world, are governed by certain thoughts, certain ideas. Our feelings are also. Feelings spring from certain ideas, certain thoughts, certain opinions, certain judgment, certain values. Values are thoughts about them, how much you give value to the worldly things and people and the society. So the values, thoughts, opinions, they give rise to certain relationships and feelings. Supposing you think money is highly important, highly valuable, your feeling towards money changes. You start becoming possessive about money. You start feeling a soft corner for money. And you feel moneyed person is more important. If you see a poor person, you start feeling disgust. If you just look down upon him. When you are rich, you feel superior. Confident at least. You feel confident when you have money. When you are poor, you lose confidence. So all these things because of the value for money. I just give you one example. Similarly, regarding anything, any person, any object on the earth, you have certain value. So these values, ideas, opinions, certain values, certain ideas are in short some image. Regarding yourself also, you have a certain image over yourself. See, you have an opinion, you have a value about others, you have an image about yourself. When it comes to yourself, you have a self-image. When it comes to worldly objects, you have an opinion, you have a judgment, you have a value. All these things have to be balanced. Or you take them, all of them are tentative. Don't make them are absolute values. Take them tentative values, tentative images, tentative opinions. In a given context, given situation, This is what appears to be. Therefore, any opinion, any judgment, any value, any idea about something is a relative, in a contextual. All our opinions, values are relative and contextual. Nothing is absolute. So you take them lightly and take them only in that context. You don't generalize them as absolute. If you generalize an absolute, then your judgments will be absolute judgments. These absolute judgments make you categorically loving, hating, and then owning and disowning. They make you a categorical nature. Categorical is I love it or I hate it, or I believe it and or I don't believe it. See, believing, not believing, loving and not hating, these are all categorical feelings. Categorical feelings. That means only one side. So a mature person is not a one-sided view, because every opinion is a tentative about a given situation, given object in a given context. It is right, nothing wrong about it. But don't generalize it, don't make it absolute value, absolute opinion. Similarly, my self-image also. Don't have any absolute self-image. You are a human being, you have certain nature, certain qualities, certain doing things, okay, in a given situation. Compared to others, you may seem to have a certain good quality extra compared to others. But even that is limited in a given situation. You can't judge yourself to be absolutely great and absolutely good. Okay? These absolute, making them absoluteness, this absoluteness has to be debunked, dismissed. Then you become a gentle, humble person. Okay? Your self-image, your opinion. So based upon your opinions, your ideas, your values about the world and worldly things and people and events, and also your self-image, how much worth you think of yourself, how much worth, your confidence, your self-image depends upon your worth, how much worth. So all these things, if you understand, they are not absolute. Okay, then you become a very simple, humble person. Take them as they are. Worldly things, each one is okay as long as it goes. Each object, each thing is good in a particular situation, may not be good in another situation. But that is also part of nature. Nothing wrong if a thing has certain value in a particular context, it doesn't have the same value in another context. That is also part of nature. So this, our based upon absolute value, you have got an absolute feelings. Absolute feeling means a fixed feeling. You love them, you hate them, you depend upon them. So our feelings are absolute. Absolute means fixed feelings. These fixed feelings make us impure. When we say antakarana shuddhi, these are all Sanskrit technical terms. I am explaining in English, therefore I am using all different language. If we explain in Indian language, I think I won't do this way. I will do all in different ways. So when we have to explain in English, I have to bring all these examples and events and all those things. So if we have a fixed opinion means absolute opinion, I mean. Generally, absolute means this is what it is. We just a final judgment, we call them absolute judgments. So when we have absolute opinions, absolute judgments about things and events and people and about myself, nothing is absolute. And therefore all our absolute judgments make us rigid. Fixed opinions, rigid opinions. So based upon these fixed and rigid opinions, our relationship with them, our feelings with them also will be fixed and rigid. Okay? Our feelings also will become fixed and rigid. These fixed and rigid feelings alone make us emotionally immature. Emotionally immature. That's why people become fanatics or over-loving, attachment. What is attachment and fanaticism or hatred? These are all fixed feelings. Stubborn feelings, adamant feelings, because they spring from absolute feelings, absolute thoughts and absolute ideas. Therefore, we purify the mind, that is emotions, and then purify thoughts also. Purifying thought means not taking anything as absolute. Everything is relevant in a given context, everything is okay. We don't take any idea as absolute. It makes you a very relieved person, open-minded person, harmonious person, not prejudiced. Your intellect is very, very open. Your emotions are also based upon those tentative, tentative opinions, tentative judgments. Your relationship is also very open and tentative. You don't have a fixed opinion. Generally, fixed feelings are based upon fixed ideas. If idea changes, you get angry. So, this is called Antakarana Shuddhi. So the whole personality has to change. So Vedanta is not an academic study that you study and your personality is different and your knowledge, your education is different. It is the whole personality. The whole personality is molded. Molded means purified. So if you understand these things, you are becoming a more and more natural. In your meditations, in your feelings and thoughts, you are purifying them. That's all your meditation, your Ishtadevata, Rama, Krishna, Shiva. Therefore, you must have seen them about Devi, about Rama and Krishna, all noble qualities in them. Ramachandra is full of noble qualities. Sri Krishna, Lord Shiva or Devi, all of them are full of noble qualities, divine qualities. Divine in the sense they accommodate all jivas, all beings. They don't hate any humanity, any group of people. They don't love any people. All humanity is their own. All living beings they accept. All plants, animals, world and the nature, everything is their own. They remain so natural. So this is the nature of Ishvara. And that Ishvara's qualities, you think of them. You meditate on those qualities, your mind also gives up these absolute judgments and absolute fixed feelings. It also becomes very moving feelings. Your feelings, your emotions are also smooth and not prejudiced emotions, not one-sided emotions. They are very spontaneous, natural, selfless emotions. Therefore, to purify your mind, you meditate and devotion. This is called a devotional meditation. One is a devotional meditation, another is Vedantic meditation, is observing meditation to discover the fact. One is to purify your mind, to remove the prejudiced mind, to remove the emotions, prejudiced emotions, one-sided emotions. You do the devotional meditation. That is called upasana technically in our shastras. Upasana type of meditation is one. Another is a Vedantic meditation, is a self-observation. It is just a natural, spontaneous observation to discover the fact. You are allowing the fact to come to your attention. Just allow. Pay attention. Pay attention. You become spontaneous, natural. Day by day you become natural. All your unnatural feelings, negative feelings, egos, and all these things are negative judgments, absolute judgments, all these things melt away. Melt away. You become natural. So this is called Antakarana Shuddhi. Therefore, the devotional meditation helps you to purify the mind, and Vedantic meditation helps you to discover the truth. So both are required, both has its own place. Okay, therefore, Shraddha we call them. Therefore, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparas sanyatendriya. So one has to be Shraddha. Shraddha means a faith. Faith is an openness. That means the possibility of discovery. You have a positive hope, a positive optimism in a way. Shraddha is an optimism, a positive hope of your potentially you are going to discover. You are going to become pure. It is possible. You can remove all your negativity. You can become open-minded, pure person, and you can discover the truth. The possibility of your own potentiality, your own possibility, you accept it, you go with a positive optimism, very strong optimism. So this is called Shraddha. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. A person who has got a continuous faith, a continuous openness, a continuous hope that I will get it. Yes, I will get it. So it may take some time, depending upon my own state of mind, how fast I learn or how slow I learn, I purify myself. I may take my own time. Another person may take a little shorter time, or I may take little longer time. But it is everybody's nature. Nobody is denied. Nobody is extra qualified, nobody is less qualified. Of course, you may have your own mind, state of mind. You may take some more time to purify, or I may take still longer time to purify myself and discover. But have patience. You take your own time, you will discover. Because it is there in everybody's nature. It is everybody's Atma. So no comparison, no feeling angry or jealousy or hatred for others. Be natural and learn. Okay, Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam. A person who has these three qualities can learn, can discover Atma, can discover the absolute truth. One is Shraddha, another is Tatparaha. Tatpara is also a very good word. Each Sanskrit word the Bhagavad Gita uses are amazing, beautiful words. They are philosophical terms. Tatpara. Tatpara means consistently working on it. Not that one day you do it and then give a gap for 2 days, or you are busy with many other things. Again you do suddenly, what you say? The sporadic or spasmodic. I don't know how do you say in English. My English is very poor. I picked up few words here and there. So the sporadic here and there, few doing, or what you say, spasmodic. Once in a while spasm comes and again stops. Again do it and again stop for a while. It shouldn't be like that. Consistently for a long time. You may take your own speed, but it should be consistent. Tatparaha. Generally, people are moody. Moody nature. If you are moody nature, again, don't condemn. It is there, what is there? You have to grow. See, whatever qualities, negative qualities, evil qualities you have, nobody need to be condemned. It only says that pay attention to it, recognize it, take your own time and come out of it. And learn how to come out. This particular weakness I have, a particular bad quality is there in you. Then you approach a guru, learn that about how to come out of it. You have to change your outlook to it. You have to change an understanding about it. Then you have to change a feeling for it. Then take your time and keep on doing it over a period of time, you come out of it. But if you cover up them, all the weaknesses remain and they will create more problem to you. Therefore, nobody needs to be condemned. Even the wickedest person need not be condemned. Only thing is, he has to take his own time and go to the guru and get a right method of coming out of those weaknesses, those wickedness. He has to change his personality, purify his personality. So learn the right method, take help of gurus and other sadhakas, and you take your own time in your own way and you come out of all of them. So condemning won't stop you. Condemning won't remove the problems in us, won't remove our weaknesses, negativeness. You have to grow into maturity. The inner maturity you have to grow, gradually grow and discover. Because all those noble qualities of spirituality are there in you. It is the very nature of Atma. They are embedded. They are covered up. You only have to discover. You only have to grow into it and discover. One is a growth, another is discovery. Mind, at the level of mind, the purification is a growth. Discovering is a truth. That is a jnanam. Jnanam is only a discovery. As I told, there are two kinds of meditations. One is a devotional meditation, another is a Vedantic meditation, a self-observation, self-enquiry type of meditation. Similarly, one is a personality growth, personality purification is one, another is discovery is another. You discover the sakshi behind the mind. Another level is, lower level is you purify the mind. You grow into maturity. The maturity is a matter of growth. But the understanding the truth is a discovery. It's not a growing. You are not going into the, you don't grow into the truth. You discover yourself as the truth, your inner truth. Okay. One is the discovery, another is a growth. Both have place, both needs to be done. Bhagavad Gita talks of both, all our Shastras talk of both. Therefore, tatparaha. You have to be consistent in both these sadhanas. In purifying the mind, in your devotional meditation. The same devotion, you not only you express in your meditation, in your actions, in your worship, in your prayers, in your namasmarana, in your parayana, in your puja, or in your tirtha yatra, in your bhajana, kirtana, in all these things, the devotion should continue. So with the same devotion, you will be doing all these things. So here, there should be a consistent. Tatpara means devotedness or committed. Committed, devoted means consistency, I feel. Tatpara is consistency. Consistently keep doing it. what best you can do instead of wasting your time, instead of diverting your attention into the wrong areas. Because if you do in wrong area, you will be picking up wrong qualities. Your mind is picking up a quality which is against your spirituality. So you don't pick up those values, those ideas, those feelings against spirituality. Because the anger, frustration, hatred, ego, these are all working against spiritual. They are obstructions to spirituality. So the situations and context where you have to get angry, where you have to be angry, or where you have to show your ego, assert your ego, all those situations create problems to you. They disturb your mind. They develop wrong feelings, wrong thoughts. They reinforce wrong ideas in you. And later you have to work harder, you have to work longer time to again unwind all these things. If you pick up these wrong values, wrong ideas, wrong feelings, unwinding them takes double time again for you. Why pick up wrong and then again work for it? Therefore, a sadhaka consistently works for it, and his lifestyle also has to change. Therefore, you change your relationship, activity, and etc., which is suited to your spiritual life. Therefore, in India generally, certain professions also, they tell them, you choose a profession, you choose a lifestyle which suits you, which helps you to practice your spiritual life. That's why we call certain sadhanas. That's why in marriage also, we see the people of the similar nature and marry so that the other person will be helpful to you in your pursuing your spiritual life. Other person is money-minded and worldly interested, asserting ego and then very aggressive and imposing. Another person is very gentle, spiritual minded. Do you think these two people can live together as husband and wife in one family? It becomes a torture for other. Each one is a torturing for other. Therefore, we say a family life, a group of people. That's why we say satsanga. You live in an ashram, or you live among the company of a people, in a company of a people, those who live a similar life for you. So it is an encouragement, helping, all those things. Okay. Therefore, a profession also you take up which needs an honesty, simplicity, and a noble qualities. So therefore, that profession suits you for your own growth, spiritual growth. And that's why you see certain people, I am interested in spirituality, I have a guru, I have taken diksha, I am practicing my sadhanas. So I had a certain other profession. I found the profession is against my spiritual life. I just resigned. I took up another job. That was more paying, but I didn't like it. See, I see the people sacrifice their jobs. Though it is a highly paying, better job, you got lot of money, more facilities, they give up the job and choose a simpler job. Though it pays you less, but that suits me, that is in harmony with my spiritual life. Okay? Therefore, your whole lifestyle has to change. And tatparaha, sanyatendriyaha, the mind and sense organs should remain under your control. Remaining under control means purity. If they have a noble qualities and pure feelings and thoughts and ideas, it won't be stubborn. Mind won't be rebelling and then stubbornly insisting on worldly pleasures. See, even if there is a situation to get angry, you don't get angry. Because not getting angry is more important. With my being cool, I'll handle. I don't have to lose temper. Without losing temper, I can handle. So you have to learn in new ways of handling with people, new ways of being effective and talking to people. Therefore, sanyatendriyaha jnanam labdva param shanti machirena adhigacchati. If you follow these three, shraddha, tatpara, sanyatendriya. So continuously practice your control of the sense organs, control of mind. Because mind also attachment, loves, and it goes on getting engaged in the worldly things. Because it pursues its own likes and dislikes and attachments and all. Gradually mind has to be purified. Make independent, not get attached to things and people and etc. Then sense organs also. Continuously practice that sense organs won't dictate to you. Let the sense organs remain under my control. Then tatparaha, consistently doing this meditation and vichara and self-enquiry and go on. Another thing is shraddha, is a faith, a continuous faith, a strong faith, a deep faith, a faith which is not shaken by anything. Okay, now regarding the faith, time is up. I wanted to tell something about this. Anyway, I think if I remember in the next class, because 1 week is a long gap. In between, I have got so many topics. I deal with many topics, so I forget. Anyway, I'll just briefly touch. I don't know, I may not remember in the next week. So the faith, a positive optimism, a positive hope, a positive trust, a positive confidence. Confidence, trust is called faith. That faith gets shaken. But it is a positive faith comes, one is by good books, by good teaching. By good teaching, you develop a positive faith. By in the company of good saints and good sadhakas, advanced sadhakas or even enlightened gurus. If you live in the company of enlightened gurus, by reading the stories and biographies of good people, good sadhakas and saintly people. Okay? Reading the biographies, and if not biography, at least life events. And the teaching. Logically also. Logically you can explain to them and remove your wrong thinking. Sometimes some people, after explaining logically, they become convinced, their faith increases. Okay? But if you use a pervert logic, there are certain other religions and other people, they try to disturb your faith in your religion and in your sadhanas. They talk anything illogically, or they play with emotions. So these are all propagandas. So these propagandas disturb your faith. And still you have to protect yourself without hating these propagandists and propaganda religions. Without hating them, you have to protect your mind and be gentle and also have a natural confidence and faith. Okay, it is a balancing thing, act, and you have to do that. So other people try to disturb your faith. They try to disturb you. So don't get disturbed. Be in the good company, use the good logic, because the Shastras help you to give you logic, positive logic, a right logic, a healthy logic, not unhealthy. Healthy logic means logic is healthy. Anyway, any logical is healthy. If it is illogical, it is unhealthy, that's all. Logical arguments, let us say. A healthy arguments, an unhealthy arguments, pervert logic. Okay, so by explaining logically, your confidence, your faith increases. If it is logical. Then second is in the company, living in the company of saints and the good people, positive people. Then listening to their events in life, the stories of others' lives, that also helps. Then listening to the opposite stories. Some people try to talk against Hinduism. How your Hindu god is Satan. I'll explain to you. How your idol worship is Satan. Now this is called a perversion. Because they are not seeing the spiritual feeling in it. They want to impose and talk nonsense. This, the beginning sadhaka gets disturbed. Then I have to explain to you logically. Then depend. And another thing is depending upon the person. If I say, you may not believe me. But if somebody says, you instantly your faith becomes strong. So whosoever teaching helps you, you listen to him. Now don't worry about others. Some people have, somebody says, it gives build up your confidence, your faith, your trust in you. But if somebody says it is not so strong for you because your mind is not accepting him as reliable. So you accept a person who is reliable to you, whose words you have faith in, whose words matter to you. Among the gurus also, certain people's words more inspire you, more give you confidence, boost your confidence and strengthen your faith. Okay, you therefore listen to such people. Read such books which give you healthy logic and also certain events in life. And the other ones, you can just ignore them or listen to them what they say, but don't get disturbed. If you get disturbed, your faith gets shaken. Okay, so therefore build up positive faith, qualitatively good faith. Sattvika, as I discussed in my earlier class, it shouldn't be tamasa, egoistic faith. It shouldn't be egoistic faith. It shouldn't be selfish faith. It should be a healthy, open-minded faith, a natural faith, faith which anybody can appreciate. So therefore a sattvic faith. So qualitatively you improve. So therefore have a good faith, that is a sattvika faith, and consistency in sadhana, and also self-control. These three together if you do, you will continue your meditation, devotional meditation or Vedantic meditation, or your self-inquiry, Even the listening to Vedanta is a kind of meditation. Okay, even listening to Vedanta, unfolding the nature of the Atma, even that is a meditation, because you are paying attention to Atma and discovering how whole world is that absolute truth, absolute consciousness. Okay, the next shloka I just to touch and leave it. Agnyascha shrashtadhanascha samshayatma vinashyati nayam lokosti na paro na sukham samshayatmanah. He is warning. He is not threatening. See, Bhagavad Gita is warning. Don't play with your mind and ashraddha. Don't read such books. Don't live under certain people, or don't yield to these propagandistic religions and shake and get disturbed. Don't shake your faith, your what you call positive mind and your positive qualities of the mind. Neither you shake nor you live in the company of such people, read such books who keep on disturb your mind, shake your faith. These propagandist people, they try to disturb you, destroy your personality and enslave you and make you violently one-sided, violently fanatic of one person or one idea. They tell you all negatively about other things. They don't talk balanced way, in a healthy way. Therefore, such arguments, such books, such people, such religions disturb you. Therefore, don't allow your mind to get disturbed with such people. Or don't join such groups and such books and such people. If you find them, okay, quietly just, okay, do namaskara and leave them. In Indian language, do namaskara means leave him and go away. Lose interest. Don't take interest in him. See, namaskara is word used in a different sense also. It is not true meaning, but that's how Indians use. Some Indians use it. Oh, namaskara means farewell to you. Namaskara means farewell also. Namaskara means respect also. Namaskara means surrender also. We have different meanings anyway. Oh, namaskara to you. That means enough with you. Now I don't want to be associated with you. I'll go away my own way. So that way, just leave them without hating a person. He is talking too much illogical, too much unacceptable, unpalatable words. So we just leave them. He's a disturbing personality, a prejudiced person, a very hateful person, intolerant person. Leave them. Therefore, ashraddhanaha. Another thing is samshayatma. If you play with your mind and pick up all these wrong, prejudiced, hateful ideologies, hateful personality, you are really spoiling your mind, spoiling your life. This point we'll discuss. I think these last two shlokas, 2 or 3 shlokas, talks of how protect your mind, how there are different situations disturb your mind, give you negative feelings, negative thoughts, prejudices, wrong ideas. They try to talk to you logically, they hide facts, they publish books and they do propaganda, they give you free gift, all kinds of pressures they bring you, and you think that probably it is true, and later you get caught. This kind of things people do. So protect yourself from such people. Protect yourself from your inner weaknesses as well as outside society who give you these wrong thinkings, wrong feelings. Have a healthy mind. Therefore, agnyascha shraddhadhanascha samshayatma vinashyati. Who is this samshayatma? And these things I think we'll discuss. I have taken a long time. So in the next class, Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Tat Sat. Narayan Narayan.